guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my 5 favorite eyeshadow palettes of all time. Now these are 5 palettes that I love to use, and if I had lost all of my eyeshadow palettes, these are the 5 palettes that I would buy first. They are all high-end, so let me get that out right now. I don't actually really own any palettes that aren't high-end because I find that I like to spend money on high-end eyeshadows because I know they're going to be great because they're not going to be chalky or anything like that. Like, yes, I have tried a few eyeshadows that aren't chalky from the drugstore, but my best bet is always to try high-end palettes. Most palettes I do try from the drugstore I don't like, I hate, or yeah. Let's go straight into this video. Like, they're not all like expensive, but they're about, like, I think they're all around the 70-80 Australian dollars. I don't think there is one here that exceeds 90, I think. I will tell you if I remember the price. I will tell you guys. I just don't have any internet near me and I'm blocked in. So yeah, let's get straight into this video. First palette is the Too Faced Just Peachy Matte palette. Now this is a recent purchase for me. Actually, 3 of these eyeshadows are recent purchases for me, but I fell in love with them so quickly. But I love this palette. It smells amazing, the pigmentation is amazing, and the colors, I like the colors that I don't actually really have myself in like other palettes, like these peachy colors. I don't have peachy colors, so now I do. And I love this palette because it's so good. It's different because it's just mattes and it's peaches. Like, peaches aren't like a big color that a lot of companies have. I love this palette, and if I lost it, I'd probably go out and buy it again because it's only like, I think it's about 76. I think it's the same price as they like chocolate bar palettes. But the second this was available for me to buy here in Australia, I brought it. Like, I was even going to, like, because like this palette has been out in America for like a year or so, and there was like this thing where they weren't going to bring it to Australia or something, or they hadn't brought something here, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I have to go and travel to America and go buy this. Not that I could afford to actually travel to America right now. I got it. It was great. I was so happy that when I found out this was coming here. Okay, my second palette is the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. And this is sort of the same color scheme as the Just Peachy Matte, but they're more orangey and burgundy tones, and there are quite a few little browns. But I love the fact that this is warm. I think the majority, I think all of these palettes have warm tones or are like warm tone based. But this is, you can see my background. It's a bit of a mess. Yeah, I love the naked palettes. At one point, I had all of the Urban Decay Naked palettes. At the moment, I only have 3 of them because I decided to declutter, like my declutter last year. I decluttered the smoky one, and then this year I decluttered the original. I'm not attached to my original palette, so if I lost this palette, I would probably go and buy it again. It's probably one of those, it's probably, if I could only buy 4, this would not be in it. And just because it's quite similar to this one, and I love this one. But also, it's also quite similar to the Born to Run palette. which is also on this list, which is the next palette. It is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. It is the eyeshadow palette that I've got on my eyes right now, and I love this. This is the most, no, still not the most recent. It's one of the most recent palettes that I brought because it only recently came out here in Australia. But I love the concept of this palette. It has a black. I love this palette, and I've only used it twice or 3 times, but it's already there. And there are so many eyeshadows in this palette that are like calling to me, like, use me, like this color. That's what I've got in the center of my eye. You can see that. I love these colors. The orange color Barja is my favorite. The last 2 palettes that are my absolute favorite palettes at the moment are 2 Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. Now, the newest palette in my collection is the Soft Glam palette. Now, I think I have only used this palette once, but I fell in love with it. Yes, it does have its issues, like probably most palettes do. Like, me knowing the Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes, they all kind of are very pigmented and have like a lot of kickback. So I'm not one of those people who will go blah 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 into the eyeshadows. I tap lightly. I always have tapped lightly into palettes. Like, there's one eyeshadow in the Born to Run palette, which is this Weekender shade up here, that has a lot of kickback. But they're good shadows. They're very pigmented. So really, like, if you have kickback, just be careful. When you buy a new palette, don't dig your brush into it. Just go slightly. I forgot to tell you guys the prices. Okay. Urban Decay is about $78, if not $80. The Born to Run, I think it was, I have no idea, it might have been 86, 76, I have no idea. And the Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes are about $75. I have no idea. I will list in the description each of these palettes and the price in Australian dollars for you guys. The brush just fell out. Don't use the brushes. Yes, I've only used this palette once, and I did quite a neutral look, but I love this palette because it is a great neutral palette. It has a black. This is even better than the Urban Decay Naked palette. The shimmers in here are lovely. The neutrals, like the warm neutrals, are great. They've got like a cool pink, purpley neutral. They've got like, this is mulberry up here. It's like a nice dark red brown. It's gorgeous. And they have a black, which is quite a matte black. I haven't tried the black yet, so I'll let you guys know how that goes soon. I love this palette, and it's like the only palette out of all of these that are like warm neutral shades. So I will definitely get this one. So good. If I ever run out again. And probably the oldest palette in this collection is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I was obsessed with this palette when I first got it. It was when Sephora first came here to Brisbane, which I think was, might have been last year or the year before last. I think it was last year. Might have been last year, yeah. I think it was last year because tram side had to get fixed. But yeah, the second day Sephora was opened here in Brisbane, I went and purchased this because it was out on our Sephora Australia website. So I was like, maybe they'll have it in store. And I just want to go see the store. So I went in and bought it. It was, I think, $75 as well. I love this palette, and it's so different to all the other palettes. Like, some of these palettes, like the Too Faced palette and the Naked palette, are quite similar, but not too similar. But there are some shades of this that are in the Born to Run palette. There's probably, yeah. But I love all of these palettes. They're my absolute favorite. I love this palette because you can do a nice neutral warm tone look, but you can also do a nice purple toned or a burgundy toned look. It's amazing. I love this palette. I've never actually looked at these two palettes side by side. There are some shades that are actually in both of these palettes. Like this color and this color are the exact same. And this color here is the exact same as this color here, which is the one next to the black. But to have, out of all of these shades, to have only 2 shades that are the exact same and that are actually needed in both palettes. Like if I was to go traveling, I would want to take just one of these palettes and I would still need these eyeshadows. So, oh no, there are 3 shades in here because there's also burnt orange down here is the same burnt orange that's up here. But really, it's not bad. I still want all these shades in the palettes, so still buy these 2 palettes. Like, it's nothing. If I was to lose my entire makeup, like my entire palette collection, these are the 5 that I would have to purchase straight away. It's probably about $300 worth of palettes, but yeah, I love these palettes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you guys want to see any more of my all-time top 5 or top 10 favorites, then just let me know down in the comments and I can easily do those for you. I love doing this sort of videos. If you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel because it means so much to me when you guys do, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks guys, bye!